What is up, weebs, gamers, nerds alike? Since spring season comes to an end this week and summer season starts, what better time to hop in and talk about our top 10 most anticipated anime coming out in summer 2023? I will state that Bleach would be on here, but because of copyright and all that fun jazz, can't really show the trailer. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. First up, we have Dark Gathering. After a devastating encounter with a restless spirit, ghost-fearing psychic Keitaro Gentoga decides to become a shut-in and not interact with anybody. But of course, nobody can be a shut-in forever, and he reignites his social passion by becoming a tutor for Yaoi Hozuki, who just so happens to be like a spirit medium. And she brings him back into the world of spirits. It looks to be a true horror series, focusing more on horror and psychological aspects rather than the action. And I hope the little cute anime girls does not detract from the overall feeling of the show. But overall, this looks like it's going to be a fun show, and I really hope it leans hard into the horror. Next up, we have Helk, and this looks like it's going to be a boatload of fun. One of those feel-good shows, kind of like Mashal, with some dark themes in it, apparently, from what I've heard. It follows a certain country in the demon world that is looking for a new demon king, and so they're going to hold a tournament arc. And one of the people participating in it is the hero that defeated the previous demon king, Helk, who wants to destroy humanity now. But does he really? Whose side is he really on? And this show looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of entertaining moments, a lot of good action, and it should be an absolute blast in summer season. Next we have JJK Season 2, and this is going to be absolutely amazing. The animation looks phenomenal, Mappa's been knocking it out of the park, it's probably going to have a banger opening, and we finally get to see Gojo, Geto, and all of the instructors back when they were at Jujutsu High. We get to see the freaking amazing fight between Gojo and Toji. It's going to be awesome, it's going to be great, and then after this cour, we get the Shibuya arc, which is something that everybody's been talking about, especially manga readers, and I am just so excited, and I cannot wait for this to come out. Next up on the list, we have Liar Liar, which has the potential to be really, really good. If you liked No Game No Life or Classroom of the Elite, imagine those two shows had a child. That is what Liar Liar is looking to be. It follows the main character as he goes to a school where winning games basically means everything, and he just so happens to be the number one student at the academy and becomes the number one student. And he has to lie, cheat, and fake his way through in order to stay number one at that school. And it could be the sleeper hit of the season, but it also could be really bad. So I'm really hoping it should be good. Next up, we have Season 2 of Mushoku Tensei. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about this. It looks like it's going to be another magical season. Season 1 is arguably one of the best seasons in anime, in my opinion, in terms of storytelling and world building, and this looks only to build upon it tenfold. The animation looks amazing. It is also one of the few anime that, to my understanding, got its own animation studio just to adapt this show. It looks like it's going to be fun. We follow Rudius Grey Rat after the events of Season 1, and we get introduced to a lot of new characters. He finally reignites with a lot of characters that he lost in Season 1, and it looks like it's just going to be a magical, wonderful time. Might make me cry. The storytelling is probably going to be fantastic, and I could not recommend watching this show enough. Next up, we have Reborn as a vending machine. Was the guy killed by Truck-kun? No, he was not. He was killed by a vending machine. And what happens? Well, he gets reincarnated as a vending machine. The only reason I think people should at least give this show a shot is the opening is done by the same people that made the banger opening for Death Parade. That's right. The people that made that opening are making the opening to Reborn as a vending machine. It could have a really unique novelty. It could be dumb fun. Who knows? You're getting what you paid for. It's a vending machine. That's it. That's all he does is a vending machine. So I mean, makes me kind of want some vending machine snacks. But it could be a really dumb fun watch and one of the trash shows of the season, but like in a good way. Next up, we have the Gene of AI, which follows humanity's dream crystal humanoid technology. They have an illness just like humans, but the treatment options are quite different. It kind of follows a doctor treating AI illnesses. And it could be kind of interesting. It looks really surreal. It looks like it's going to take itself extremely seriously. And if you really like sci-fi shows, this could be right up your alley. It's made by Madhouse, which has a phenomenal track record, which is one of the reasons I want to give this show a shot. They've done shows like Death Parade, Death Note, Overlord, Hunter x Hunter, the list goes on and on. So this looks like it could be a phenomenal adaptation, a great show, and if you like drama, psychological thrillers, and sci-fi, this is definitely a show you need to watch this season. Next is Reign of the Seven Spellblades. If you like magic shows, if you like magic school shows, this will be right up your alley. It feels a lot like Harry Potter, in a good way though. And it kind of takes a more darker aspect. It follows a bunch of new students as they go to the Kimberly Magic Academy, but things aren't exactly how they seem. There are dark secrets and endless dangers lurk behind every corner. So can they make it to graduation alive? Who knows? It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Some dark moments. Looks like it's going to take itself really seriously. And the CGI looks gosh darn phenomenal and really impressive for this kind of show. So this has me hooked, and I'm ready to give it at least 3 episodes, if not just watch it the full season. Undead Murder Farce it looks like it's going to lean really heavily into the fantasy, mystery, and supernatural genres. It follows Aya Rindo, Suguru Shinuchi, and Shizuki Heisei as they travel through Europe as supernatural detectives, and while they look for the lost body of Aya Rindo. And it could be really interesting, especially if they really lean heavily into those things. I really love supernatural crime thrillers. It could be a lot of fun. And it takes place in the 19th century where there's a lot of supernatural beings around, like werewolves, vampires, golems. Oh my! And so I think this is definitely going to be worth 3 episodes to see kind of where this leans and if this actually is going to be one of maybe even a sleeper hit this season. Last but definitely not least, we have Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead. This is going to be really relatable for people in the older generations, 20s, 30s, that are in the working field. It follows a wage slave who hates going to work, hates life, basically just goes to work for the paycheck. But then the zombie apocalypse happens, gives him an excuse to pursue his bucket list, and it looks like it's going to be a fun time. It's way too sadly relatable and hits too close to home. And I don't know where Bug Films came out of, but this animation looks phenomenal, looks really, really good, and it should be a freaking fun watch this season. And it's going to be really accessible because it's going to be coming out on Netflix and Hulu, I think. Well, that was our top 10, technically 11, shows that we're really excited for summer 23. We obviously left off a bunch of shows, so let us know in the comments what shows you're looking forward to this season. It should be an absolutely amazing season. This year has been a phenomenal year for anime, and we are really excited to watch a lot of these shows, the ones we listed and more. So let us know in the comments. Make sure you to like, comment, or subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.